Now, for several years, when the jail was started here in Marion County, the fiscal court actually had to contribute to make the bills.
Yes.
Right. But it's been several years that they have not had to contribute any monies from the fiscal court. Is that correct?
We have actually. I mean, Marion County is so blessed. I mean, again, Dave Hergen and them, they seen the foresight of not only building the jail, but they had the opportunity to increase those beds, and that was the key. When they got the opportunity not only to build the jail, but they increased it, because it plays in the numbers of what you have to offer to sell. But yes, it did. When the jail first started up, it keeping the populations controlled. It struggled there for a little bit, and I say struggled. The physical court had to offset the budget some,
right.
And so we was able to control the expenditures and get those revenues up. And so we've been 7 years at no cost to the Marion County Fiscal Court, and in essence, no cost to the taxpayers. So it's kind of heartburn for us to say, now we're in the red some, and really I just spoke with the judge this morning. We was looking at numbers, and we're still very blessed. I mean, we're in the red some, but it's not. I mean, I think we set off for the court to put in $250,000 into our budget this year, anticipating a rough year, and we've at this point, if you include the biometrics, it's probably around $80,000 that's been contributed to our budget this year. And other counties, Gary?
This being a fiscal year?
Fiscal year. Benefit this from starting July to it'll end June 30th. Yeah.
Too.
But typically you look at other counties, whether it's Shelby County or Hart County. So some of these fiscal courts and counties are typically used to spending $500,000 to $1 million, and some counties like Hardin County up to $3 million a year to run their county jail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's such we're very blessed to have what we've got, and we're not giving up yet, because I'm still working very diligently to negotiate some programs and stuff. I just whatever the needs are, it's where I'm going to try to market my beds.
What number of full beds do you need to, in essence, break even?
To break even,
so that it would maintain.
So it would maintain. I don't know. You look at your whatever. You could have some catastrophic capital expenditure, whether an air conditioning unit goes out or something. You don't know what's going to tackle you. So to give a number, I want to stay 297, but we was able to maintain in the 285, 280, 285 was pretty much a good number to make a wash, as long as I didn't have any mechanical issues with the jail or something going down on me.
So these prisoners that have just recently been released, what kind of classifications are they? There's classifications of inmates that weren't violent crimes, no sex offenders, inmates that the state deemed as low risk, not a risk of releasing. Of course, that's just you never know. You never know what a person's going to do, or and I don't know. Hopefully the probation and parole people are supposed to work with them with programming and helping them with housing and job issues and stuff, and so hopefully that works out. I mean, that's all, that's what the bill was intended to, so hope it does work for them, but we don't know. Yeah. So these prisoners were being released 6 months prior to their anticipated release date. There's going to have to be somebody who helps them with housing, with jobs.
Yeah, a lot of them ends up back on their family. And if they're fortunate enough to have family to go to, because you look at the economic downturn, and even though that Kentucky's in a spot where they said we're leveling off and starting to pick back up, there's still a lot of unemployed, and so these guys have got the challenge of not only, they're leaving incarceration environment and going out to where they got to provide for themselves. And if they have no means of providing, their family's got to help, step in there and help them out,
or the counties or the state to help in with other funding.
Yeah, and really we kind of, if one of them reoffends or something, and they'll end back up into the system. But a new charge typically will be that they'll be on the county dollar at that time.
if once an inmate is released and if something happens, he reoffends and gets reincarcerated on a new charge, then until that new charge is adjudicated, then the cost of his housing will be back on the county.
And if they commit a crime that makes them a county prisoner, then they'd be on
county dollar
the whole way.
Yeah, all the way. So
all the way through. So it's a lot of unknowns.
A lot of unknowns, and Gary, this is. I mean, I don't know. I know that there's been efforts before by state government to actually cut the cost. I mean, it is Kentucky's been labeled as being a #1 incarcerating state, and I know we've had a climb in our population and stuff, but I look at what's happened over the years, and I'll soon be 26 years in this business, and actually on my 9th year, just completed my 9th year with the county. But it's I think that the objectives of doing programming and incentive-based programming and trying to do stuff to help to rehabilitate or help to reduce that recidivism, that opportunity, that person reoffending, then we're doing better than just doing incarceration if we do apply those. So when I look at that, that's what I kind of explained to the court is that we need to, we're going to market our beds, we need to market towards programming, and that's what I've been aggressively pushed, ever since we started the SAP program in 2005, and we've got the GEDs, and we just started in November. We started a program that's called Inside Outside Dads, and it's an evidence-based programming, but it's trying to take prisoners that have families and show them valuable skills on reconnecting with their family and how to manage with their family. And a lot of these, and it's been a good hit. But now these guys, once they complete this program, they'll be eligible for a 90-day credit towards their release. So those guys that would have completed a program, and if they have a scheduled release, they'll be pushed back 90 days. They'll get a 90-day release early. That's the same as GED, completing a SAP program. And the push now is, and a lot of key words, is reentry and cognitive thinking and thinking for a change. And so we're gonna be aggressively try to watch and follow and see if we can get ourselves aligned into some of those type of programs so that I can benefit too. I mean, the prisoner benefits that when he does get released, he has something substantial. He's got something that he's not just being where he's been incarcerated away from his family for 2 or 3 years. Now he gets to go home, but he actually achieved some program goals, and he leaves with something. So hopefully that we help him so that he does not reoffend.
Great. And so the numbers are down, as you were saying. What are you're talking about doing some programming. What are some other ways you're hoping to fill these beds back up in the near future?
Well, near future, I mean, we know, 2012, the Bureau of Prisons will be opening up a RFP for housing federal prison inmates. And the Bureau of Prison has like a reentry program where they scale down prisoners as a release on their last year, and they'll put them through like a halfway house type setting and reentry programming before they phase them back into the community or back into the free world. And they'll do part of that. They'll do through incarceration, downgrading the level of incarceration, giving them access to the community, and then they'll go on to electronic monitoring to a complete full release under their parole supervision. So, saying that, there is a RFP comes open in 2012, and I don't know how many beds that comes, but we're definitely going to put it on our list of considerations and see if we can't fit it. At least give a shot and try it for it.
Okay, great. And we'll keep you up to date. We'll hopefully be talking again with Barry Brady about the situation.
And hopefully it continues to be good news, and we hope this is a low end for the whole year. I hope 240s and we come back out. So we'll see. We're going to be working hard to get some programs. Hopefully the next interview is about programs.
That's right. It's positive news. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This has been Gary White with Marion County Jailer Barry Brady.